Hello students, so in this is the third video on refraction. In this video I'll be discussing two practicals with one with glass slab, another one is with prism to show the phenomenon of refraction of light, and at the end I will be discussing about two examples of refraction from our day-to-day life. So this is refraction of light through rectangular glass slab. So we take a transparent glass slab, it is cuboidal in shape just like the packet of butter. And how we do the practical, we take this glass slab and place the glass slab over a blank sheet of paper. After you place the glass slab, you will draw the margin, the border of the glass slab. After drawing the border of the glass slab, you remove the glass slab. After removing, take any point on this face AB and draw an incident ray at any suitable angle obliquely. Now what we do, we replace the glass slab, and at 2 points on this incident ray which we have drawn, we place two drawing pins. Long drawing pins are available, or two needles we can fix, and after that we'll view from this side. That means you have fixed the two pins 1 and 2 on the incident ray, and you'll be observing from the other face. So while observing from the other face, we have to adjust our vision in such a way that pin number 1 and 2 seem to be in the same straight line. It should not be like this. When you see, it should be in the same straight line. And keeping these two pins in the same straight line, on the other side, the side where you are viewing, you place a third pin in such a way that all the three pins, they are in the same straight line. So that is what we have done here. So in keeping these two in the same straight line, we place the third pin, and keeping the three pins in the same straight line, we place the fourth pin. Okay, so practical is more or less over. After that, what needs to be done? We remove the glass slab. Then around every pin we draw small circles so that when we remove the pin, the points are not lost. So after drawing the circle and removing the pin, we join both these points, third and fourth point, and that is our emergent ray. Emergent means it is coming out of the glass slab. And if we connect from this point to this point with a straight line, that is the refracted ray. This is one normal, there is another normal. So let us name this NO N dash, and this normal as PO P dash. So this angle formed between the normal and the incident ray, it is called the angle of incidence. And this angle formed between the emergent ray, this emergent ray, and the normal, it is called angle of emergence. Now this particular incident ray, if you produce it forward with dotted lines, you will find that the emergent ray, this is the emergent ray, is actually parallel to the incident ray. That means the incident ray has been laterally shifted. So this is also called the lateral displacement with the help of glass slab. So this is the experiment. The next experiment, and one more thing, this is one angle of refraction, there is another angle of refraction. Since these two normal are parallel to each other and this is the line joining them, so R1 and R2, they are equal to each other going by the alternate angle of parallel lines. Next, here we have a prism. So prism is also a kind of transparent glass structure. So this is the base of the prism, and the angle opposite to the base of the prism is known as angle of the prism. Now same way we have to do. First we'll place the prism on a plain glass, on a plain sheet, then draw the boundary of the prism. After drawing the boundary of the prism, then we remove the prism. After removing the prism, what we do? At a particular point, we draw an angle of incidence at any suitable angle and fix two pins here, just like we did in the earlier one. Then we place back the prism. After placing back the prism, we will observe from this side. We will observe it in such a direction so that pin number 1 and 2 are in the same straight line. They appear to be in the same straight line. And keeping those two in the same straight line, we'll take a third pin and fix the third pin so that now pin 1, 2 and 3 all are in the same straight line. You can see only a single pin. Similarly, we take a fourth pin and fix here so that all the four pins, they appear to be in the same straight line. So now our activity is over. We remove the prism and we put small circles around the pins. After that, we join both the points here so this will give us the emergent ray. So this is the incident ray, this is the emergent ray, and if we connect from this point to this point, that will be the refracted ray. Now one more thing that we need to see here is that, because you see why this is bending like this, because it is going from air to glass, just like in the earlier experiment when the incident ray entered from air to glass, that means from rarer to denser, it bent towards the normal, and while coming out, that is from glass to air, that is from denser to rarer, it should have gone like this, but now it has bent away from the normal. So similarly here also, what is happening, this incident ray, it should have gone like this, but since it is traveling from air to glass, so it has come towards the normal. This is the normal that we have drawn, NON dash. Here also there is one normal, POP dash. So it has bent towards the normal. Again, while coming out, it is moving from glass to air. So it should have gone like this, the refracted ray, but now it will bend away from the normal. Now, if we produce the incident ray in the forward direction and this emergent ray in the backward direction, they will meet at this point. Now, so there we can see there is an angle which is being created between the incident ray and the emergent ray. That means this is the angle through which the incident ray has actually bent. Original direction was this, latest direction is this. So this is the angle through which the ray actually moves, and that particular angle is called angle of deviation in case of prism, indicated by letter capital D or delta. So these are the two practicals that you are supposed to learn in class 10 related with refraction. Then we have some examples from our day-to-day life. Suppose I have taken a glass with water in it, then we immerse a pencil into it. Now what will happen, the pencil will look to be short and bent. Why it happens? When we are observing the tip of the pencil, that means rays from here are moving and reaching our eyes. So suppose there is one ray, it is going from water to air, so it will bend away from the normal. Similarly, this ray will also bend away from the normal. So both the rays are diverging in nature. So they will never meet. So in order to make them meet, we produce them in the backward position and they seem to meet here. So what will happen? The pencil tip is here, but its image will be formed here. So that's a virtual image which will be formed, and this particular depth is called the apparent depth, whereas the actual position where the pencil tip is, that is the real depth. Same thing happens in a swimming pool. Suppose there is a swimming pool, you are trying to observe the floor of the swimming pool. So when you observe that, rays from here should reach your eye, so it is coming here, bending away from normal. This is also coming out and bending away from normal because it is going from denser to rarer. There is water, there is glass. So both the rays are diverging. So in order to make them meet, we produce them backward and they seem to meet here. So this floor, image of this floor, which is actually here, the image will appear to be here. So this is the apparent depth and this is the real depth. Now it has a very big significance because many a times people jump into a water body, whether swimming pool or river, if they see that the base is not so deep, but that is only due to refraction. Actual depth is much more. So if you don't know swimming and if you jump into a swimming pool just by observing the floor, which seems to be very less depth, there might be chances of yourself getting drowned. So that's the concept of, or the idea of refraction occurring in our day-to-day life. Thank you.